Welcome to This Week on the MLS, a quick look at new listings and what's actually happening in the Orange County real estate market. Everyone that's driven in PCH in Sunset Beach area, down to Huntington Beach, has seen this water tower. Really cool, unique property. I believe previously they used it as like a summer vacation home for people, and just it's pretty cool. It has an elevator to go up there. Obviously, it's a 4-bed, 3-bath. Really cool views. Just in a really cool part of Huntington Beach, Seal Beach, Sunset Beach kind of area. But yeah, it ended up selling. It was listed for 5.5 million and it ended up selling for 4.6 million. It is a 4-bed, 3-bath. And it had a lot of time on the market. I mean, I was watching this one sit for quite some time. So I did find it interesting that it did finally just close. Looks like it closed just January 15th. So just recently, about a month ago, the water tower finally closed. So really unique property. I just was curious whatever happened to it. And I definitely wanted to start integrating, some closed properties so you can kind of see what the pricing's at on some of these things because, it's good to know what these things close at and what's going over, what's going under, and pricing strategy seems to be extremely important in today's market. So water tower just closed, 4.6 million. Another recent closing is 3241 Druid Lane in Los Alamitos. I just found this one interesting because I like the wide lots that Los Al provides. So like I said, this one is already closed, but pretty nice property. It looks like it has a decent layout and just overall, just a nice Los Al home. But you can see here what's interesting. It was listed for 1.3 million, was only on the market for 9 days, and went for 175,000 over asking. So I do find that interesting that there's still properties out there going 175,000 over asking and actually closing at that. Um, especially this is a 3-2 with just over 1,700 square feet, but it does have a big lot size. But 175,000 over list price. I'm sure it was very competitive, and I would be curious to see what they ended up, having to sell for. And see, so what's interesting in something like this is even though this is the stat we're seeing here, 13147. If you look at the real history here, original list price $2 million. So there's some history sometimes between some of these that you really need to look into the details because it may have originally been listed for 2 million. Maybe they took it off the market and then relisted it. I just find that very interesting that it was 2 million, then 1.3, then 1.475. So interesting kind of how the market works. And sometimes, what you're seeing now, the properties that are listed high and they're sitting for 60, 90 days, instead of like showing a price drop, a lot of agents are removing it from the market and then relisting it so that it shows, shorter days on market. So just something else to look at the history of all the properties that you're looking at, to just kind of see what the different price points are, and more importantly, has this thing been gone off the market and relisted, and is it, just to show it as a refresh. Um, Current market, something that's active. This is a property for just under 1.7, 269 Salmon Drive, Rossmoor. I just found this as an interesting property. I thought it was, same thing. They have the really wide lots. It has the front garage, and looks like a pretty standard Los Alamitos kind of Rossmoor floor plan. But overall, it's in the Los Alamitos School District, and definitely could be like a good property for someone, especially at 1.7. It is a bigger house. I mean, it's over 2,400 square feet for a 4-bed, 3-bath. Um, it's just been on the market 5 days. Looks like there is an open house on Thursday, February 26th, 11 to 1. Um, that's open to the public. So I'm sure that this property in this neighborhood right here in Rossmoor, being on the border of Orange County and LA County, I think this is going to sell. I would imagine probably in like 1 week. So pretty good listing. Other than that, just keeping it short for this week on Orange County. Feel free to check out our website and links in the YouTube channel to get more information on real estate.